In a previous video, I gave my tier ranks of every character in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, with emphasis on how to get a gold rank in their simulator solo missions on hard mode. While that is an important hurdle for many of them, Ultimate Alliance still does emphasize team interactions. So for this video, I will explore a few of my favorite team setups, highlight the reasons why they work and areas where they don't. Real quick, I want to say thank you to everyone watching. Subscribe if you agree that this game franchise deserves more and better discourse, as I certainly think so, and will be making more videos about it. Also, hit me on my Discord if you would like to join me and a few others in a team of 4 to finish the Platinum Trophy on the PSN. Back to the video. The default team: Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Thor with no team bonus. This is the default starting team, and while it lacks a team bonus, it isn't bad. Captain America is a great mob clearer, using shield throw and attacks to grounded enemies in his speed up self buff. Shield throw and guided will continue to bounce around and knock more enemies down as it travels. Shield charge is a solid movement ability, and heroism is a nice defense buff for the whole group. Wolverine is a top tier boss killer, lunge taking double to enemies that can't be knocked down, so it is a great swap with Captain America. Spider-Man sports an actual 100% dodge chance, so short of falling down a hazard, he is effectively invincible. He also provides a time slow, making every enemy half as effective, including bosses. Web swinging is less fluid than flight, but is fast and fun nevertheless. Thor provides Odin's blessing, adding 3 ranks to everyone's powers. Great for someone like Cap, who likes many skills to be maxed, but invaluable to Wolverine, who has a much higher upgrade cost. Godspeed self-buff and Mjolnir's might makes for a solid offering on damage, and flight is always good to have on the party. Power tokens should always go to Wolverine, who can use all he can get. Focus upgrades are good on Captain America, who can use more energy to keep up his movement skill. Cap also gets most out of striking upgrades, as all his hits can be to downed enemies. Body upgrades are good on Wolverine, making his healing factor passive effect count for more. Downsides to this team aren't steep. You don't have a team bonus or team buff solution to energy sustain, but you can swap between allies after the previous one goes empty and still do well. Considering the upsides, Thor's team buff put to good use, a great mob clear character and a great boss killing character to swap between, and Spider-Man who can't be damaged and slows even bosses, this default team is overall pretty great. Fantastic Four: Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing, with a team bonus of 20 health per KO. The first family has quite a few things going for it. Mr. Fantastic is a singularly devastating mob and boss killer with extensive strike under 100% crit chance. Sue and Johnny offer 2 types of frequent control, stun and pop up respectively, with solid damage behind it, Johnny being better equipped for wide AoEs. Ben has a strong team defense buff with a minor drawback that is more than countered by wearing the Asgard armor item, and all that defense boosting makes the team bonus of 20 health per KO go a long way. Speed through levels and Reed's pinball movement skill or Johnny's flight, crushing or blasting everything in your way. Power tokens should go to Ben, who can really improve with more skills available. Focus and strike are both good on Mr. Fantastic, with body upgrades split between Sue and Johnny. Downsides of this team? None that come to mind. The 4 really give you everything. Power Platoon: Iron Man, Silver Surfer, Ms. Marvel, and Thor, with a team bonus of 20 energy per KO. This team has the best possible energy situation, with Iron Man's team buff reducing energy cost by 50%, and the team bonus giving 20 energy for each KO. Thor gives 3 power ranks to every ally, great for everybody, particularly for characters that want to max 4 or more powers such as Iron Man. Silver Surfer has a movement skill for getting around, and the best control of the group with molecular mix-up popping up a splash AoE with each use. Thor's hammer attack and Ms. Marvel's prism attack are situationally good and generally on par with their teammates. For bosses, you will want to keep them in slow motion with Surfer or Marvel, then spam any of their powers, with a narrow standout being Iron Man with a speed boosted plasma disc or wall bouncing unibeam if you have the angle. The downsides of this team is it's generally light on control effects outside of constantly slowing time, which you can afford to do. Boss damage isn't too dramatic, but it's at least above average. Agile Warriors: Deadpool, Daredevil, Elektra, and Black Panther, with a team bonus of 10% energy cost reduction. This team has a lot of buffs that benefits every ally. In addition to the team bonus of 10% cheaper energy use, you will have Deadpool's team buff for an increased movement and attack speed, plus 51 to 56 damage to each hit, and 50% damage and break physical resists. Daredevil's team buff for plus 12% physical damage and a radar sensor. Elektra's team buff for 21% damage to the team, and self-buff for 40% speed to herself. And Black Panther's team buff for a huge projectile defense. Every ally will have a 33% plus a flat 50 plus damage increase, good speed buff, good defense buff, and a good energy cost reduction. Black Panther can keep a powered up blade spin going indefinitely when wearing Blackheart's Corruption, giving constant AoE damage. Elektra is only here for the team bonus and team buff, but a leveled Nerve Strike can also be a lengthy stun. The real standout is Daredevil, letting his Extensive Strike shine with 3 offense buffs. Extensive Strike pierces groups and hits its full value twice with each use, making short work of regular mobs and great boss damage with Deadpool's Wisecrack, dealing a sky-high 2,200 damage with each use. With this group, I would give every power token to Deadpool, as he has 4 good moves he'd like to max. Energy upgrades also go to Deadpool, as he will have 2 high-cost buffs to cast and can run out when using attack abilities. Deadpool makes good use of strike upgrades as well, as his auto attack is 4 hits instead of 3. Body upgrades can split between Daredevil and Black Panther, or you can just throw them at Deadpool for the meme. His healing factor would count for more if he did. XP upgrades should go to Black Panther if he's holding Blackheart's Corruption. Downsides to this team are a lack of movement ability or a flyer, though Deadpool's teleport can come in handy in some areas, and Daredevil has a higher than normal double jump. Although it can be clunky, these are still enough to get to all the extra areas of the game. X-Men: Cyclops, Wolverine, Iceman, and Magneto, with a team bonus of plus 15% max energy. This team is all about big damage and control, using the team bonus for more max energy to keep output high. Cyclops and Iceman are both superb area blasters, causing knockdown and slow respectively. Magneto's powers also have consistent knockdown, but he's mostly here for the team bonus and to provide a huge team buff. Dark Aura gives 3 power ranks to every team member, great for characters like Cyclops that like to have several powers maxed, but invaluable for Wolverine, who has a much higher upgrade cost than anyone else. His power Lunge is a top tier boss killer, giving fast double ticks to things that can't be knocked down, so is a uniquely suitable partner for his 3 high control teammates. Iceman's Slide and Magneto's Flight are 2 great movement options, the former working even in the underwater levels where flight is disabled. Power Pip should always go to Wolverine, who has the highest need even during Dark Aura. Energy upgrade should also go to Wolverine, as he is easiest to gas out with power spam, especially in Rage. Striking upgrades are also good on Wolverine, because the solo mission will have some strikes to ground it. Body upgrades are also good on Wolverine, making his healing factor count for more. XP upgrades go to Cyclops, who for some reason was always behind everyone else's XP gain, even while I was mostly using him. Custom Team: Iron Man, Hawkeye, Wolverine, and Deadpool with no team bonus. This is the team that drops any team bonus to instead lock in very strong buff synergy. Hawkeye is a character that I initially placed in B tier, but I had been greatly corrected by a commenter on something crucial. His speed buff Hypershot is actually a team buff, even though it doesn't say it in its description. That means he's giving 60% attack speed to his allies, a top tier offering. I hesitate to place him in S tier as he's still just okay to control as, but he is at least a high A tier. Iron Man gives 50% energy cost reduction to his allies and a 40% speed buff to himself. Plasma Disc Spam gets to dizzying rates slightly under 2 per second, two-shotting common enemies and becoming a respectable boss killer in its own right, working with Deadpool's Wisecrack as it counts as physical damage. With Deadpool on the team, Unibeams, Bounce Shots, and Nano Assault's AoE taps all get hugely boosted as well, though you're going to want to choose between Plasma Disc or this, as power points are limited. Iron Man's Flight makes him the fast movement option of the team. Deadpool's Battlecry team buff and Wisecrack debuff make an appearance once again, boosting himself and his teammates to a huge degree. Battlecry's plus 51 to 56 flat damage boost and 15% speed boost combines with Hawkeye's 60% speed boost to a hilarious effect. Deadpool's machine guns now Magnum at an incredible rate, and with energy reroute and the Blackheart's Corruption item, he is now actually energy positive, gaining energy as long as he's hitting a target with his powers. Wolverine is here as cleanup, enjoying the huge speed and energy increases from his allies. Claw Slash is a solid general use power, and Claw Frenzy and Rage is a lot of fun. Lunge is a premier boss killer, highly spammable and further speed boosted, hitting a debuffed target for 2,500 damage twice per second. Power tokens should go to Wolverine, as even though Iron Man and Deadpool are spoiled with choice, Wolverine still needs them more. Focus upgrades do well on Iron Man, as he takes reroute off of himself to get his speed self-buff. Body upgrades go to Hawkeye, who is rather fragile. Striking upgrades do well on Deadpool, as his auto-attack combo has an extra tick. Downsides of this team are a lack of defense buffing or control, as you generally won't be controlling Hawkeye for freezes or stuns. That said, Dead is the strongest control effect, and your team can definitely make good on that. That's going to do it for my favorite teams, but it's just a handful of examples of what can be done. Shout out your favorite teams and anything you think I missed in the comments. Subscribe as well, as I have videos in Ultimate Alliance 2 and 3 on the way. And as always, thank you for watching.
Pick a side, pick your poison.